her sing. All I know, she sang a little while and then flew on. Tell me all that you know, I'll show you snow and rain.
Cat that bird out on the window sill. Mind you, the reason that it broke his neck. Tell me, did I see your baby laugh about that? I'm gonna bring it on like a dragon. Well, but you let me crawl to you, what a man. Now
that my behavior's unacceptable, so condescending, unnecessarily critical. I have a tendency of getting very physical, so watch your step, cause if I do, you'll need a miracle. You train me dry, make me wonder why I'm even here. The double vision I was seeing is finally clear. You want to stay, but you know very well I want you gone. Not fit to fucking tread the ground that I'm walking on. When it gets cold outside and you've got nobody to love, you'll understand what I mean when I say there's nowhere we're gonna give up. Like a leader who cries in the face of a monster that lives in a dream. Yeah. Is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. And is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What you were doing was screwing things up inside my head. You should know better, you never listen to what I said. Touching your pillow and writhing in the naked sweat, hoping somebody someday will do you like I did. When it gets cold outside and you've got nobody to love, you'll understand what I mean when I say there's nowhere we're gonna give up. Like a leader who cries in the face of a monster that lives in a dream. Yeah. Is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. And is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. Does it kill? Does it burn? Is it painful to learn that it's me who has all the control? Does it thrill? Does it sting when you feel what I bring and you wish that you had me to hold? When it gets cold outside and you've got nobody to love, you'll understand what I mean when I say there's nowhere we're gonna give up. Like a leader who cries in the face of a monster that lives in a dream. Yeah. Is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. And is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. Is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. And is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe.
Coming to you live from historic McBean Stadium in the heart of Lincoln, California. It's time for Potters Baseball. Potters Baseball brought to you by Stones Broadcast Networks. And now let's send it up to the booth, to the legend, Mark the Phantom Lowe.
Well, welcome in, everybody, to another beautiful night of baseball here at McBean Stadium, and I am not the Phantom, unfortunately. I apologize for that. Whoever runs this whole show needs to fix that intro, because I'm not the Phantom. I'm Stones McCoy. Welcome in, everybody. To the broadcast, just talking with my engineer here, the great Riley, the engineer, and we have a full setup for you guys today. That's good. You could turn me down just a little bit right there. That's good. All right, we're just getting all the bugs and everything's worked out. So welcome in, everybody, to this broadcast. Coming to you live from McBean Stadium. It is Game 2 of the series between the West Coast Kings and the Lincoln Potters. Stones McCoy here to bring you the action. We did have to tell Phantom to go on assignment tonight. We had to get him out of here. He's been working too hard, so I hope you're enjoying your assignment tonight, Mr. Phantom, and we will try to hold the fort down for you. And taking a look at the beginning of this game, let's go ahead and pull up, if we can, the offensive starting lineup for the West Coast Kings. It's Daniel Polasek, AJ Martinez, Park Romney in left field, Gio Martini playing first base tonight for the West Coast Kings. Willie Corneo Farmer, the DH. Peyton Richards, right field. Joaquin Stewart, the shortstop tonight. Jack Gradle, the catcher. And rounding out the starting nine, Jaden Montero playing second base for the West Coast Kings. And that lineup is about to face Russell Pettis, big number 32 right-hander for the Lincoln Potters, coming into tonight's game with a 4.15 ERA on the season. Russell's looking to keep things going after a pretty good outing his last time out there. Was trying to get some names for the umpiring crew today, but unfortunately I was unable to get that information for you folks, but would like to remind everybody that this is a Pacific Empire League game. So as all league games, we have 3 umpires, an umpire behind the plate, and down the first and third base lines. And it looks like we're about to get started here with the leadoff hitter, Daniel Polasek, coming in batting .250 on the year, playing center field for the West Coast Kings. Left-handed batters looking for that first pitch from Pettis, and that's down the middle for a strike. Starting just a couple minutes late at 6:37 tonight. Here comes that 0-1 pitch. It's easy take, high. 1-1 is the count. Daniel Polasek, the center fielder, flies this one out to left field. This one is hooking, and it will get into the bullpen. So fouls that one off to the left-hand side. Polasek out of Los Medinos College. Looking at last night. Last night he went 1 for 2. Actually, he went, 0 for 5. I don't know what the writing in here. Mr. Phantom, we got to talk about your handwriting. Polasek's in there with the 1-2 count. A little dribble over to first base. That's going to get off and foul. Ty McGraw playing first base. Let's go ahead and take a look at that defensive alignment if you can real quick. Tyler Russell, Brian Williams Jr., Colt Eaton from left to right field. Everett Johnson, Zach Story, Tristan Russell, Ty McGraw from third to first. And Adam Panigua with doing the catching duties today. 2-2 is the count. Two counts drilled out into center field. That's going to get And right in front of that is Williams out there to make the catch for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up A.J. Martinez.
Now batting for the Kings, number 18, third baseman, A.J. Martinez.
A.J. Infielder out of Cuesta College. Right-handed batter. Playing third base tonight for the Kings. Pettis' pitch is high and inside for a ball. A.J. Martinez wearing the number 18. Coming in batting 154 on the season. That one is also high. 2 balls and no strikes. Park Romney. I like it. I like it. We'll announce that here in just a second. The 2-0 pitch taken in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. 79 miles an hour on that off-speed pitch. Two 2-1 inside for a ball. 3-1. Paniagua, not quite getting that ball back there to Russell. Gotcha. Just relaying information from the engineering side. I appreciate all that. Mr. Riley, the engineer. By the way, I like the segment that you guys did last night. I don't want to expand on it, though, so don't ask. Here comes the 3-1. There it is on the corner for a strike. 3-2. So going from 2-0 to 3-2 here. 1 down here in the top of the first. From beautiful McBean Stadium here in Lincoln, California. This was a shot over to Tristan Russell on a hop. He picks it up, fires over McGraw for an out. 2 away here in the top of the first. It's going to bring up Park Romney, and if you can hear, you can hear in my microphone. This is the dueling dog batter of the afternoon, and I haven't been around for a lot of the dueling dogs, but I understand Willie's been doing really, really well. So I guess Park Romney, the left fielder, he's going to be the dueling dogs batter of the game. Pettis' first pitch, a little curveball in there for a strike. Out in front of Park Romney. Park Romney out of Pacific. Behind in the count, 0-1, and thought that was going to be 0-2, but it's 1-1. Little dissension up here in the booth already. It's going to be a good game. I can tell right now. 1-1. Here it is. A little high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes that 2-1 pitch from Pettis out of the windup. Swung through strike 2, evening up the count. Fastball pushing right by there. 79 miles an hour. Oh, you okay? Well, excellent. Now I know why I keep getting 79 miles an hour, because the computer froze. Here goes that 2-2 pitch. That's a little bit high and outside for a ball. Running at full, second full count of the early afternoon for Mr. Pettis. Russell stands in there, gets his sign, and delivers. Pop fly in the infield. Coming over is Johnson, Paniagua, and Paniagua makes the catch for the final out. So after a half an inning here from McBean, nothing for the Kings. The Potters coming to bat.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadiums. Loaded with fun for the whole family, local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Welcome back to the broadcast, everybody. Stones McCoy here, filling in for the Phantom. So if you tuned in to hear his sultry tones describing all of the action here at the ballpark, I apologize. You can take it up with me later. Send me an email, stonesradio@yahoo.com. I will take all of that under consideration and probably won't do it again if you tell me not to. Otherwise, here I am, and we are ready to go. Here, bottom of the first inning, Potter's coming up after holding down the Kings to a 1-2-3 inning, and Dylan Warren on the mound for the West Coast Kings. Lefty, his first pitch to Cole Eaton, and that's in there for a strike. Cole Eaton coming in to tonight does not have an established batting average yet, so let's get one right here. Playing center field for the Potters. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. Strike two. 74 miles an hour there. A little off speed for Dylan Warren. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Nice block back there by Gradell. Catcher for the West Coast Kings. Cole Eaton, right-handed batter, wearing the number 6. Out of Elkhorn, Nebraska. Takes that one high and inside. Kind of lifting the arms to get out of the way of that one. Evening up the count at 2-2. And, boy, scoreboard issues already. Bottom of the first. I love it. We'll get to that eventually. We need a new scoreboard. That pitch is off the outside part of the plate, riding that count full. Dylan Warren coming into tonight's only had a single game appearance with 1 inning. Hasn't done much with that 1 inning, so doing all right with no ERA. 3-2. It's fouled off to the right. That's going to get out of play. Little chase over there by Martini playing first base. And if you'd like, Riley, after Cole Eaton's at bat, we'll go ahead and we'll pull up the starting lineup for the Potters. Here comes the 3-2 count. Inside. May have hit him. Regardless, it's a ball 4, and it's a walk to Cole Eaton. And let's take a look at that starting lineup for the Potters tonight. Cole Eaton obviously leading off. Adam Paniagua, the catcher for tonight, batting second. Ty McGraw coming in at third, playing first base. Tristan Russell, Brian Williams Jr., Jake Lavin batting seventh. Everett Johnson, eighth. Zach Story, and Ty Russell rounding out the 9. First pitch in there to Paniagua, who's batting a cool .409 on the year. Takes that one off the corner for a strike. Off-speed pitch swung through for a strike. Strike 2 to the Potters catcher. Right-handed batter wearing the number 23. Dylan Warren standing in, taking a look over at first base. Runner is moving. That ball is taken high. And sliding down to second. And in there with the steal is Cole Eaton.
And that's Stone Base brought to you by Wizix Technology, innovation-driven and people-focused. That's Wizix Business in Roseville.
So Cole Eaton now standing out there at second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Paniagua. Adam pops this one up in the infield. First baseman's calling it Martini. Heading over to the pitcher's mound, is able to corral that one. So Paniagua pops out to first base, and that's going to bring up Ty McGraw.
Now batting for the Potters, their first baseman from Troy University, Ty McGraw.
Gardendale, Alabama. Troy University, the freshman, the lefty, Ty McGraw batting .469, playing first base for the Potters. Stands in there against Dylan Warren. One down here in the bottom of the first. Nobody holding Eaton on back there at second. That pitch is taken outside for a ball. One and 0 is the count here. Nice little crowd still filing in here on a beautiful night. 90-degree weather here in Lincoln. That one's taken off speed. It was taken in there for a strike, but on the pitch, Cole Eaton swipes third. So the 69-mile-an-hour curveball thrown by Dylan Warren gets in there for a strike, but Cole Eaton has run himself into scoring position. Ty McGraw sees that next off-speed pitch, hitting the outside corner for a strike. So in a quick little hole here, 1 and 2. A run over at third base, and Cole Eaton. Ty's looking for anything that he can just kind of put a barrel on and drive in this run. Here comes that 1-2, and this is hit out into right field, and that looks like that's going to get down. That's a fair ball. It's going to hit the wall. McGraw rounding second, or rounding first, heading into second for stand-up double. Scoring on that is Cole Eaton, and the Potters have their first run of the game and a lead of 1-0.
Congratulations, Section 203, Row I. You just won 3 double.
Oh, row I in section. I didn't hear the section. Anybody hear that section? I didn't hear that. What was the section? 203, row I. They just got double doubles. That's where my ticket is. I'm starving. So when do we get those? Do they deliver? All right, well, double doubles for 202, row I. You lucky dogs. I'm ready for a burger myself. Tristan Russell now stepping up to the plate. Runner there on second. Oh, look at that. And that's where my ticket is right there. First pitch taken inside for a ball. Tristan Russell coming in on the year, batting .386. Right-handed batter. Kind of open stance out there. Dylan Warren, the lefty, coming out of the stretch. High fastball swung through. 1-1 is the count. Montero back there at second base, kind of holding McGraw on or keeping him semi-close. Big hole over there on the right side of the infield if Tristan Russell wants to find it. Stepping off, turning around, and not throwing is Dylan Warren. Waiting on the 1-1 pitch. Here it is. Little knuckler out to the third baseman. Martinez is able to grab that out of the air. Off the fist. Did Tristan Russell send that to third base? That's going to bring up Brian Williams Jr. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Potters are leading this 1-0. On the double by Ty McGraw. Brian Williams Jr., the center fielder tonight. Midwest City, Oklahoma. And that first pitch to Midwest City's pride is a little bit high. Coming set, Dylan Warren. And here's that pitch. Swung right through that one, evening up the count at 1-1. So on the season total, including non-conference games, this is Williams' 19th game. So he's been around here. He knows this area. He knows that there's a runner out there for him to drive in. Nice block by Gradell behind the plate. And that keeps Ty McGraw out there at second base. Dylan Warren's throwing quite a few pitches here in the first inning. He's looking to try to get out of this one right here. 2 balls, 1 strike to Brian Williams. Here it is. Outside. 3-1. This becomes a really good hitter's count for Brian Williams. With that 404 average, you know that he's looking to put this ball in play. Montero out there on defense has gone back to his position at second. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Down low for a ball. Oh, I thought it was down low for a ball. Brian Williams thought it was down low for a ball. But we were both wrong. Now it's a full count, 3-2. 2 downs here, and that means McGraw will be on the move with this pitch. The lefty set and delivers. So a shot out into center field. That's going to get all the way back to the fence. Williams round and first, heading to second. He's looking for 3. He's going for 3. Here comes the relay throw by the shortstop. No, it does not. He holds on to it. Williams is in there with the triple. Scoring on the play is Ty McGraw, and the Potters now lead this one 2-0.
And now batting for your Potters from
Making a slow walk on up to the plate. The great Jake Lavin, number 15, batting from the left-hand side. The Potters are on their powder blues tonight, and they look really sharp in those tonight with the orange socks. I dig it. Here comes Lavin stepping in as the DH tonight. Takes high for a ball. Freshman at Berkeley. The lefty here's looking for that 0-1 pitch. And that's inside, and that hits him. Looks like it may have gotten him right around the elbow area. But no worse for the wearer. He takes his hit by pitch down to first base so we could talk to his first base coach all about it. And that's going to bring up Everett Johnson.
batting for your Potters from UC Davis, third baseman Everett Johnson.
Number 35, Everett Johnson, or Mount Everett Johnson, as I like to call him, stepping in here. Everett Johnson, right-handed batter. And he flips one out into left or right center field, and that's going to get down. And that, it does not get through. Good cutoff out there by Richards. Fires that into second base, but the throw is short of second base. Double for Everett Johnson, driving in Brian Williams. And Jake Lavin on over to third base. Potters now lead this one 3-0.
And now batting for the Potters from UC Davis, shortstop Zach Story.
Oh, okay, well, just say it to me. Just say, hey, you want me to show the defense? Let's show the defense right after this. Trigger finger. Dylan Warren set and delivers his first pitch. This was popped up into the infield. We might have to wait for that defense coming in. Martini is able to make the catch and retire the side. So after one complete here in Lincoln, we have a score of 3-0.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Welcome back in, everybody. Stones McCoy here. Riley, the engineer. We got Sydney, Luke, Stat Walker's around here somewhere. Voldemort's here. Carson's behind me. I can see that. Luck's down there. Spencer? Anybody see Spencer? Oh, yeah. He just left. Okay, fine. We're just going to put him back down on the bottom of the list. Actually, I'm not touching the intern rankings. I'm not going to get involved with that. Gio Martini here to lead it off for the West Coast Kings in the top of the second. Russell Pettis back out there for his second inning of work. Throws that one a little bit high. Gio Martini out of Cal State East Bay. Lefty. Fouls this one out of play, evening up the count at 1-1. Martini coming in on the year, batting 182. Reminder, this is a lot of the guys' either third or fourth game. We're still building those averages up. Another foul out of play off to the left. Russell Pettis jumping in front. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Willie Cornejo Farmer and then Peyton Richards due up in this inning. Right now, Pettis delivers, and this one's flipped out into left field on his way over is Ty Russell. He's into foul ground and able to make the catch for the first out of the inning. Bringing up number 14, Willie Cornejo Farmer.
Number 14, designated hitter Willie Cornejo Farmer.
Designated hitter for tonight for the Kings. He's got the cool 429 batting average, so Pettis definitely needs to pay attention to that when the first pitch is taken inside for a ball. Next pitch, close to the same spot, different result, 1-1. There it is again, 1-2. Cornejo Farmer stepping out, not totally sure he liked that call. Gets back in there, and here's the 1-2 pitch. And swinging at that, way outside, breaking ball. Good pitch by Russell Pettis. First strikeout of the evening for Mr. Pettis. That's going to bring up Peyton Richards.
Out batting number 27, right fielder Peyton Richards.
The 6th game on the season for Pettis. It's 13 innings. Throws that first pitch on the outside corner to the lefty for a strike. Right fielder for the West Coast Kings coming in batting 200. Takes that fastball, 88 miles an hour over the inside for a ball, evening up the count at 1-1. Joaquin Stewart on deck if it gets that far, but Russell Pettis is pushing strikes right now, and this one's flipped over his head. Second base, Tristan Russell picks it up, fires over to first, and that's not going to be in time. Infield hit for Peyton Richards, excuse me. And that's going to bring up Joaquin Stewart.
Now batting number 12, shortstop.
Stewart out of Ohlone College, or Ohlone, as I think I heard Fanneman say it. It probably is Ohlone, but what do I know? First pitch to Stewart's high and outside for a ball. Tristan Russell now into the stretch. Richards over there taking his lead at first base. Fire it over there. Gets back safe. Pettis has come set and delivers. Swinging right through that fastball at 88 miles an hour is Stewart. 1-1. Looks like I got a couple of heavy hitters down there behind home plate. Not sure they're old enough to play right now, but they will be soon. Pettis fires over to first base, diving back safely. Richards. Riley, the engineer, just being funny. Yeah, that could be their ages, or it could be the number that they play. In their games. I don't know. High and inside with that pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike. I know what the engineer guy is hoping for over here. He's hoping for another strike so he can do his famous whatever it is. And there's the strike. Let's see. Does he do it? He does. Mr. Richard Nixon popping up to my left. Very bizarre for a kid who's only like 24 or something like that. But, yeah, Mr. Richard Nixon came out. Got a 2-2 count here. And see ya. Just watch that strike go right by you. And after 2 complete here, with 2 strikeouts does Russell Pettis have, and we will have, we'll be back with a 3-0 lead.
Hey, Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the topside included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team that helps keep together an amazing organization, and we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity.
Not really sure what Piper was doing there, but he absolutely just disgraced himself again. So we are back with the bottom of the 2nd inning here after Piper just, I don't know what he's doing out there, but it's kind of embarrassing if you're a mascot fan. But anyway, we are back here in the bottom of the 2nd. Potters lead this one 3-0. Ty Russell up there takes his first pitch down low for a ball. Ty Russell, Cole Eaton, and Adam Paniagua will be your batters for this inning. Still out there on the mound is Dylan Warren, and he gets that one in there for a strike. No, he did not. That was a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Fouled off to the right. Out into the parking lot. Oh, I heard some glass breaking. It's not mine, though. I didn't drive. I got a ride. The 2-1 pitch. On the outside corner, evening up the count at 2-2. 68 mile an hour off speed. by the lefty Dylan Warren. Ty Russell watches that one a little bit high and outside. Running that count full, 3-2. A little bit of action going on in the Kings bullpen. That ball's taken outside. Walk to Ty Russell to start the second inning. And let's go ahead and bring up that defensive alignment for the West Coast Kings. Romney, Polasek, Richards from left to right in the outfield. A.J. Martinez, Joaquin Stewart, Jaden Montero, and Gino Martini in the infield from left to right. Jack Gradle behind the dish, and Dylan Warren, the pitcher for the West Coast Kings. Ty Russell over there at first base, got his lead. Warren throws over there, checks the runner. Cole Eaton drew a walk his first at-bat. And I know we don't have the Major League rule, but that's 2 disengagements over to first base. So I know it doesn't apply here in the summer collegiate, but I'm sure everybody's thinking about it. And now he takes off. The throw down to second base. It finds its way into shallow center field. Stolen base for Ty Russell. Ball was called a strike. So 0-1 now on Cole Eaton, but allowing Ty Russell to slide down into second base. Pickoff move back to second base, sliding into Montero to take the throw. But Ty Russell back, not a problem. Eaton in his second game with the Potters. Leading off, playing center field. That pitch is a big chopper over to second base. Montero comes in, gets it on the bounce, and fires over to first base for the out, retiring Cole Eaton. But on the play, Ty Russell moves over to third base, and with one out, Adam Paniagua. Boy, why am I stumbling on that? It's probably because I haven't done this in a while, and that's why people won't ask me back. Paniagua stands in there. Popped out to first base, his first at-bat. Off-speed pitch from Dylan Warren, taken inside and low. Paniagua out of Phoenix, Arizona, and Regis University. Big right-hander. Nice block back there by Gradle, keeping that ball in front of him and keeping Ty Russ over at third base. $18 at-bats on the year for Paniagua. And he's made the most of them, taking that off-speed pitch inside for a strike. Comes in batting .409 in the 5 games that he's been with us. 8 hits, a double, and a home run. This one is hit over to third base, but that's going to be foul. Martinez picks it up with the bare hand, but in foul territory. So Paniagua's going to have to come back and do it all over again at the 2-2 count. Kind of hard to tell what was going on over in the Kings bullpen, but there was a football being thrown around. There was a baseball being thrown around. I think somebody was throwing their hat around. So I really wasn't sure what they were doing over there, but I'm sure they've got somebody warming up. Here's the 2-2. Off speed. Paniagua swings through that one. Nice pitch by Dylan Warren. Getting Paniagua on the strikeout. 2 down here in the bottom of the second. And that's going to bring up Ty McGraw. Ty McGraw coming up here to do what he tried to do in the bottom of the first, and that's drive in that run. Ty Russell over at third base. 2 down here. McGraw takes that one outside. Troy University product. Stand at 6'3", 225. Lefty with his pre-pitch crouch. Sees that one come in. That one's poured in there for a strike. 1-1. Ty Russell getting his lead over at third base. He's moving with the swings. We know that much. One taken on the outside corner for a strike. Another off-speed pitch. Nice frame job back there by Gradell. So now Ty's in the hole. 1-2. 2 down here. Bottom of the second. Potters are leading this one 3-0. Outside. Easy take for Ty McGraw. Even being behind. Now he's evened this count up at 2-2. Here comes that 2-2 pitch. Fouled out of play to off to the left. Probably over to where the Little League's playing today. I saw Little League over there. But if one of the kids here, you know, they run out and they grab that, they can pick the ball up, take it to the merchandise booth, and you get like a Potter buck. It's pretty. It's a good program. They have to be foul balls, though. Yes. 2-2 is outside for a ball, and that's going to run this count full. Ty McGraw working himself right back into this count. 3-2. Dylan Warren, Ty McGraw. Here we go. Outside for a ball. So McGraw takes the walk down to first base. Still got Ty Russell over at third base, and that's going to bring up, well, I believe a brother, Tristan Russell. That's right. Tristan Russell's walking his way up to the plate as we speak. Second baseman for the Potters tonight, wearing the number 11. Right-handed batter. University of Houston. Walks up to the back in black, huh? All right, all right. Check on the run over at first. Nothing doing. $11 games for the Potters so far. This is game number 12 for Tristan. He takes that one high. Next pitch is taken down low for a ball. 2-0. I take that back. This is actually a 17th game. Those were conference games. We're talking about the entire season. 2-0 pitch. High for a ball. 3-0. Tristan's going to have a really nice opportunity to find the pitch that he wants here. Opportunity to drive in at least one. Lefty Warren deals. Taken inside and high for a ball. So 4-pitch walk. Loads the bases for the Potters. And that's going to break up Brian Williams Jr., but not before manager for the West Coast Kings come out and takes a minute to talk. And manager Jordan Whitmore, head man over at Del Oro as well. So a local guy out there to talk to his pitcher, Dylan Warren, trying to settle him down a little bit. Looks like we have a pitcher and a catcher out, you know, probably already warmed up out in the bullpen, so they're just waiting their turn. So they're having a good conversation, though. Must be really important because he's not making a move. They're just trying to talk him out of this. Oh, Whitmore isn't. Oh, well, I was given such good information by one of my crack staff that Jordan Whitmore was out there coaching this team up, but I guess it is not. So he's going to have to find me that information since you were the one that gave it to me. And I won't reveal my source just yet, but if it goes sideways, I will absolutely let everybody know. Brian Williams Jr. standing up here with 2 down and the bases juiced. Williams does have a home run on the season. Be a great time for home run number 2. First pitch is taken outside. Thank you, everybody who's watching on the YouTubes right now. Appreciate your patronage. Next pitch is swung through, foul tip. Evening up the count at 1-1. I know these aren't real names, but Jedi Fight, you're always chiming in out there. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for liking and subscribing. Next pitch by Warren is high for a ball. On deck, Jake Lavin, the DH. Right now, Brian Williams, he's in there, he's ready. He's ahead in the count 2-1. Here's that pitch, high for a ball, 3-1. So Williams into another good hitters count. Definitely be looking for his pitch right here, because if it's not his pitch, you could walk in and run. Pitch taken on the inside corner. Williams didn't think so, but it was. Full count now. 2 down here, bottom of the second. Potters have the bases juiced right now. And here comes Dylan Warren's 3-2 pitch. Runners on the move. High for a ball. So the walk to Brian produces a run for the Potters. Potters now lead this 4-0. New activity going on in the Kings bullpen. Looks like they got a righty up there. But right now, this is Dylan Warren's mess to get out of. 4 walks in the inning. But he does have a strikeout. The lefty fires down, actually off speeds down for a ball outside. Jake Lavin, the left-handed DH for the Potters tonight. Takes that. Good take, though. It's in there for a strike, but guy's struggling to find the zone right now. It's probably a good idea to take a pitch like that. Evening up the count at 1-1. Good block back there by Gradell. 2 balls and 1 strike. Lavin out of Laguna Beach. A little warm for him, I'm assuming. Here comes the 2-1. Big swing right through that fastball. 81 miles an hour. So the scoreboard, I love it. We got a ball loose. Umpire, hey, somebody, anybody, got a ball loose. There it is. Okay. They listen to me. That's good. Maybe he's got me in his ear. That's not good. I'll be careful of what I say. 2-2 is the count here. Again, nice block. Keeping everybody put out there. So we'll do it again, 3-2. Here comes that 3-2 pitch. Runners are on the move. A little half check swing out to the pitcher. He turns and fires over to first. And they do not get him. 2-run score. Martini was holding that ball, looking at the umpire to see if they got him, and during that Ty McGraw and then Tristan Russell right behind him come in to score. Potters now lead this one 5-0. On the play, Williams moves up to third. One, two, three, four. You are right. 6. Thank you very much. My math doesn't math. That's why I have engineers next to me. Plus, I can't rely on the scoreboard right now because it's all over the place. Check on the runner over at first. Lavin dives back. Everett Johnson's up there. No move made yet by the West Coast Kings, so Dylan Warren still out there trying to fight his way out of this inning. That one hits the big Mount Everett Johnson. He takes his base, and that's going to load the bases up for the second time this inning. And now it looks like we might be having a pitching change. Manager who is not Jordan Whitmore going out. And while he goes out there to have a quick talk, we will step away and find out the identity of the new pitcher when we come back right here on Stones Broadcast Networks.
Hey, baseball fans, you may have noticed our scoreboard goes out from time to time. You can help us get a new one. Give $20 and get a chance at winning 2 tickets to some of the region's biggest events, like the Outlaw Festival with Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp, a Sacramento Kings game, or Ringling Brothers Circus. All proceeds benefit the Big Swing Capital Campaign. You can buy now at friendsofmcbean.org.
Hey everyone, this is Alex with the Downtown Lincoln Association. We're super excited to kick off Lincoln Loves Local, a new campaign designed to spotlight amazing businesses that make Lincoln so unique. We partnered with Dalila from UN Social Agency to create short, high-quality videos that help boost your visibility and reach right here in the Lincoln community. Each video will be shared on DLA's social media and newsletter, making it easy for locals to discover and support your business. So let's celebrate what makes Lincoln special together.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
And we have a new pitcher, Alex Piscotti, on the mound for the West Coast Kings, taking over for Dylan Warren. Warren responsible currently for the runners on first, second, and third. And I will give you his line once we complete this inning. How's that? So Alex Piscotti, the number 34 right-hander, stepping in for the West Coast Kings to face Zach Story. First pitch from Piscotti, fastball in there for a strike. Story popped out to second baseman to start this, in his first at bat. Felt so long ago, I thought it might have started the inning. Next pitch, foul tipped at the plate. So quickly ahead of Zach Story. No balls and 2 strikes. Here comes that 0-2 pitch. Pretty good block back there, keeping it not too far away from him to Gradell. Everybody has to hold. Alex Piscotti, this is his second appearance on the year. 3 2/3 of an inning. So he's just getting his summer started. 1-2 again is fouled off at the plate. Piscotti on the year is giving up 3 hits, 1 earned run. He's had 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Give him a 2.46 ERA. The right-hander comes set and delivers. And strikes out Zach Story to end the inning, but not before the Potters put up 3 more and lead this game 6-0.
You are Laborers Rising. And now you understand where we came from, what solidarity means, and what we have ahead of us. No one's going to defend us but us. No one's going to help construction workers except us. And I can't wait to see you out there.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and a compassionate staff available 7 days a week. Our friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience of our extended hours, including week.
Back here where the Potters lead this game 6-0. Russell Pettis back on the mound for his 3rd inning of work, and he's set to face Jack Gradell, Jaden Montero, and back to the top of the lineup in Daniel Polasek. Pettis fires that first pitch, fastball, high, easy take. We'll bring that one down just a little bit. Pettis' next pitch, a little curveball on the outside part of the plate for a strike, evening up the count at 1-1. So far, Pettis has got 2 strikeouts on the afternoon. Another little curveball on the outside for a strike. Same pitch, same result. 1-1-2. A good line over there at Fat Cat. Getting dogs. Hungry. Riley. High for a ball. 2-2. I mean, every time I'm listening to the broadcast, I hear Riley the engineer's eating a hot dog or pizza or something. I don't know what's going on. But I'm here, and he doesn't bring me anything. 3-2 now. On Gradell, the catcher. This one's hit up the middle. Charging on that is Story. Picks it up, fires over to first base. Just in time for the out. Beautiful play over there by Story. And 1 down now in the top of the 3rd inning. That's going to bring up Jaden Montero. Montero's had so far 4 at-bats, but nothing to show for it right now, so no batting average. Takes that first pitch off the plate for a ball. Take that one a little bit high, I guess, for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Second baseman for the Kings, right hand. Watches that one. Fastball on the outside for a ball. So Montero's gotten this into a hitter's count. 3-0. Pettis steps off the mound. Try to recompose himself here. And out of the windup, here comes Russell. Pitch dots the corner for a strike. Fastball sitting 85-87 tonight. And that breaking ball, although has been called a strike a couple of times tonight, misses on the outside for the first walk of the evening for the West Coast Kings. That's going to bring us up to the top of the lineup in Daniel Polasek, the center fielder. 250 on the year. Plays center field, and wouldn't you know it, he flew out to center field for his first out, his first at-bat. Pettis now out of the stretch, checking on the runner, and throws that to Polasek in there for a strike. 13 wouldn't be a pinch hitter. He'd be the guy that started the game. So Daniel Polasek, not a pinch hitter. Takes that one high and outside for a ball. 1-1. They're just trying to keep me on my toes up here. I understand. You know, they haven't seen me in a while. They think I'm, you know, they're going to test me. Pettis fires over to first base. Diving back safely is Jaden Montero. But was that Luke Statwalker who yelled that out? Oh, Luke. Oh, boy, I'm going to have to tell Phantom on that one. And this one's lined up to the middle. What a stab by Story. He steps on second for one, fires over to first. Not in time, but what a stab by Story out there at shortstop. Tremendous defensive play. Keeping that from getting into the outfield and potentially scoring a run. So the fielder's choice is going to get Polasek over to first base. The 6 unassisted sends Jaden Montero back to the dugout. First pitch to A.J. Martinez is high. Right-handed third baseman. The West Coast Kings wearing their gold and white tonight. Ooh, almost got him leaning over there was Polasek. Pettis fires over there. McGraw slaps the tag on, but a little bit late. Polasek does look like he's expanding that lead, and he does. He takes off. Throw down to second base, and that flies into center field. Williams is back there to back that up. And good thing. I don't actually think Polasek saw it. Otherwise, he may have jumped all over that. But the wayward throw by Paniagua, and Polasek gets the steal. Runner on second now. 2-0 is the count. A.J. Martinez, here it is. Little bloop job, and that's going to flip right over the second baseman's head. Rounding third and coming home is Polasek, and he will score. Martinez with the single drives in the first run for the Kings, and the Kings are now on the board 6-1. And with A.J. Martinez now over at first base, that's going to bring up number 16, Park Romney. Dog batter. Dog batter. So everybody here in this stadium is looking for him to strike out. And what does he do? He flips one into right center field. That's getting out for a hit. Picks that one up as Cole Eaton. He fires into second base. Holds Romney to a single, but on that, Martinez heads over to over to third base, and that's going to be first and third with one down here, top of the third inning, and Gino Martini on his way to the dish. Martini's 4th game on the season. He's had 11 at-bats up to this point. Batting .182. Martini playing first base for the Kings tonight out of Cal State East Bay. Looking into driving some runs here. Fouls this one off to the right. So quickly in the hole, 0-1. Russell Pettis out there. He's got 2 down here. Ground ball, strikeout, anything will do to get out of this inning. High and outside for a ball. 1-1. Little mulling around over in the Potters bullpen. Nothing too serious at the moment. Here comes the 1-1. Off speed's taken outside for a ball. 2-1. The Kings got runners at first and third here with 2 down. Got themselves on the board with a run here in the third. Looking to do a little bit more. Pettis is looking to not. The pop up. Paniagua is back to the screen and just over the screen and into the seats. And a souvenir. And the lady in the black Dodgers hat just said, no way, I'm not even trying to catch that. Which, you know, no, never mind. I'm not going to say anything. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, some fans, they bring in their gloves. Some fans, they don't. That's all I'm saying. 2-2 now. Gio Martini in there. Little throw over to first base by Pettis. Diving back is Romney. Martini popped out to left field in the second. Russell's trying to get him to strike out or do the same here. Another check of the runner. Everybody's back. Gotta have more cowbell. That's right. I got a cowbell. I'll give you cowbell. Oh, the engineer's got a cowbell too. Never mind. All right, here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled off to the right. Potter's ball boys all over that one. Everybody's back to their spots. Pettis is in the shade, and so is Martini. Everybody else is in the sun. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. There's a pop-up. Again, backing out of play. Paniagua looked for 1 second, and then I realized that ball was over my head, so no way he can catch it. So everybody's jogged back to their respective positions at first and third. Umpire gives the 2-2 sign, or the peace be with you sign. Russell Pettis. He's ready. Here's the pitch. And that one hits Gio Martini in the leg. So hit by pitch will load the bases for the West Coast Kings here in the top of the third. That's going to bring up Willie Corneo Farmer, the DH for the West Coast Kings. And at the same time, we're going to get a quick meeting at the mound by the great pitching coach, Nate Kodowski. Potter's legend's going to go out there and talk to Pettis, try to settle him down. We'll keep it right here for the time being. Pettis has had a really good outing so far until this inning, giving up a couple of hits just in this inning. And then the hit by pitch and the walk. The walk was tough to start the inning. But bases are juiced now with 2 down here. Good defense behind him, so he's got an opportunity to pitch his way out of that, but not if Willie Cornejo Farmer has anything to say about it. Farmer batting .429 as the DH for the West Coast Kings. out of Loyola. Off-speed pitch, he swings right through that one. So whatever Kajowski had to say, Pettis took that in and executed right there. Get ahead, 0-1. Good pitch, better take. 1-1 now is the count. Beautiful, beautiful night for baseball. 5 to 7 mile an hour winds out here. 90 degrees is gorgeous. Here comes that pitch. Fouled off and out of play towards my ride's car. Hopefully they didn't hit it. I know he'd be upset. But Pettis sitting in the driver's seat now with a 1-2 count here. 2 down here, top of the third, trying to get out of this one. And gets him to swing through that, strike 3. So 2.5 complete here in Lincoln. The West Coast Kings 1, Potter 6.
Hey, Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the top side included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
I cannot believe we have not addressed this all night until just now. It's Wine and Wiener Wednesday? Why? Well, I just found this out. It's Wine and Wiener Wednesday, and it's not even windy. So it's awesome. Well, last time we had a Wine and Wiener Wednesday, it was windy, remember? So, you know, you guys got to be out here. If I appreciate everybody watching at home, and if you can be out here, you got to get out here. Bottom of the third inning, Potters lead this one 6-1. Alex Piscotti back in there for his second inning of work. Fires that one to Ty Russell, and he takes it for a strike. The right-hander sets and delivers. Gets that one in there for a strike as well. So he's ahead in the count, 0-2. Ty Russell walked in the first inning and scored. Following him will be Cole Eaton and Adam Paniagua, the catcher. That's right. This one's taken outside for a ball. 1-2. Dylan Warren's final line was 1 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 6 walks, and 1 K. And there's a watching that one walk right by a strike 3. Ty Russell takes his seat. Alex Piscotti gets his first strikeout. Actually, his second strikeout. Let me back that up. And that's going to bring up the top of the lineup at Cole Eaton. Cole Eaton 0 for 1 on the night with a walk. Has come around and scored as well. So he's been part of the party. With the right-hander, Alex Piscotti kicks and deals. This one's fouled off Eaton. Out into fair territory. Cole doesn't have any of that armor on his legs or anything, so, you know, he just needed like 2 seconds. That would have hit me. I would have needed 2 weeks. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. This one is lined out into center field for a base hit. Eaton with his first hit of the evening. And that's going to bring up number 23, the catcher for your Lincoln Potters, Adam Paniagua. Paniagua was 0 for 2 tonight. Popped out to first base in the first inning. Struck out in the second inning. But he's going to get a chance to right that ship here in the third inning. Piscotti out of the stretch. Throws that one in there for a strike. Could have been a little change up. I think his fastball is a little bit faster than 83. Eaton with his lead over at first base. Spinner that doesn't spin inside. 1-1 now the count to Paniagua. Martini Holden Eaton on over at first base. Another spinner that doesn't spin, gets away from Gradell. Back to the backstop and on over to second base is Cole Eaton. On that wild pitch. I believe that's the second wild pitch by Kings pitchers tonight. This one putting a runner into scoring position for the Potters. Now Gradell's going to go out and talk about it. Unable to get their signs together. Quick meeting at the mound. Gradell running back to his position behind the dish. And now everybody's ready to roll. Ty McGraw on deck, watching intently at this 2-1 pitch. Spin back and a bluff to second base. Montero shading up the middle just a little bit. And Martini way off the line on right, or on first. This ball's fouled right back to the screen. Evening up the count at 2-2 here. There's now cotton candy in the booth, which I'm not sure an engineer should be eating cotton candy and pushing buttons at the same time. 2-2. That's low for a ball. 3-2. He's now touching the equipment with the cotton candy. I don't know who hired these people, but they gotta get their stuff together. Full count now. Paniagua fouls this one off the screen. 87-mile-an-hour fastball, a little up in the zone. Paniagua's eyes got big. Just couldn't get enough of that one to put it in play. 3-2 now. Scotty set, checking the runner. Cole Eaton out there dancing. This one's a shot down the right field. If this stays fair, this is going to be trouble. That is a foul ball. Couldn't have been fouled by much, but it was foul nonetheless. I don't see anybody from the Potters arguing, so it was foul. But Paniagua had the right idea. Playing off the line over there in right field is Richards, so it's going to be a tough one. Definitely was going to be able to score Eaton. However, foul ball means you got to reset and do it all over again. So that's what we're going to do. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down here, bottom of the third. Piscotti from the stretch. Fires inside for a ball. Good at bat by Paniagua to draw the walk there. Putting the pressure on the West Coast Kings. Runners at first and second now with the big Ty McGraw stepping up. Ty McGraw leading the Potters with a .466 average. And the first pitch from Piscotti is on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Sitting right there about 86, 87 miles an hour with the fastball is Alex Piscotti, coming in relief with Dylan Warren. Got some more activity out in the Kings bullpen. The off-speed pitch taken outside for a ball, evening up the count. Regard with 34 hits on the season already, 2 home runs, 27 RBIs. He's walked 19 times, been hit by 3 pitches. I mean, the guy's always on base. Fouls this one out of play. So with all those numbers, you know, the slugging percentage has just got to be through the freaking roof, right? I mean, he's hitting, he's making contact with everything. That's why they're batting him in the third hole. 1 for 1 on the day with the walk and a double. Scored twice. 1-2 pitch. Good block back there by Gradle. Keeping the runners at first and second from doing anything. He's had 3 sacrifice flies on the year, but What's really impressive is he's had 10 doubles. 10 doubles in 20 games. That's impressive. Double right here. Definitely would be good. I smell onions in the press box. That's not cool. Sorry. We'll talk about that at another time. 2-2 pitch. This one's hit up the middle. Montero picks it up, flips it over to Stewart for 1 on to first. With the stretch over there by Martini, they get 2. Double play turned right there, and the Potters don't put up anything. And after 3 complete here in Lincoln, Potters lead 6-1.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadiums. Loaded with fun for the whole family, local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Buy a personalized brick for you, your loved ones, or your business, and show everyone your commitment to Lincoln baseball. Framed and engraved by our own Lincoln High Ag program students, your brick will be featured on unique movable brick walls. Find your name in the stadium entrance for the 2024 and 2025 seasons. Then visit your brick in its permanent home inside the stadium. Bricks can be purchased here for $250. Get it now at friendsofmcbean.org.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of Five Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles with.
Welcome into a Wine and Wiener Wednesday here at McBean Park. Potters lead this one 6-1. Russell Pettis out there on the mound for his 4th inning of work. Peyton Richards, the batter, number 27 on the left-hand side. He swings through that first pitch for a strike. Nice off speed there by Russell Pettis. A little dribbler that's going to be foul. Quickly ahead, 0-2. Joaquin Stewart, Jack Rattle, the batters for the West Coast Kings. We got a little bit of activity in their bullpen as well, as Brock McReynolds is warming up over there. Now swinging right through that one is Peyton Richards for the strikeout. 4th strikeout on the night for Russell Pettis. And that's going to bring up Joaquin Stewart. Joaquin Stewart takes that first pitch in there for a ball. Got a little itch on the nose there. I always forget I'm wearing the microphone. Looks like we might be having a pinch hitter on deck. Jake Lyle. Jake Lyle. So the scoreboard and both the on the TV and in front of my eyes is going crazy. So I believe it's 2-1 now. 2 balls and 1 strike on Joaquin Stewart. This one's fouled off to the right now. It should be 2-2. There, 1-2. Waiting for the umpire to put up the signal so I know exactly what he's talking about. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Joaquin Stewart. That one's taken in there for a strike 3 looking. 5 Ks on the evening now for Russell Pettis. That's going to bring up Jack Grattle, the catcher for the West Coast Kings. Done a really nice job behind the dish tonight. And that's right, we are going to have a pinch hitter. So right there, that's going to be Jake Lyle. Lyall, Jack Lyle. Number 33 is coming in for Jack Gradle, who was the catcher for the Kings. So we will pay close attention to see if he comes in and takes Jack's place. Jack for Jake. Regardless, Jake is up there for his first at-bat of the evening. Takes that one high and inside for a ball. I understand that Lyle played last night. Came in the 6th and went 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts to left. And the scoreboard now says 1-4. And we need a new scoreboard, folks. friendsofmcbean.org. Please visit. Donate today. There's a shot over to third base picked up by Everett Johnson. Fires over to first base. And unable to secure that one is Ty McGraw over there. And reaching safely is Lyle. And that's going to bring up Jaden Montero. We're going to look over to see the official scorer is going to give me official scoring on that. And he's giving it a hit. So it's a single for Jake Lyle. And now he's out because he came off the bag and he was tagged out. And the first base coach is standing right there and doesn't say a word. So clearly, coming off the base, you can't do that. If they got the ball, they can tag you. And we will try to make heads or tails of all this. In between this, we will head to the bottom of the 4th inning where the Potters lead this one 6-1.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team that helps us keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it
Back here in the bottom of the fourth inning, give you a little recap of what just happened in the top of the fourth inning. Jack Lyle went down to first base. Ty McGraw reached out to pick that ball up, and I don't believe that either the runner, Lyle, or the first base coach saw that McGraw dropped the ball. And so Lyle came off the bag, kind of walking back towards home plate, and McGraw picked the ball up and tagged him. So simple as that. 3 unassisted put out. It is ruled a hit and a pickoff. So that ended the top of the third, and now top of the fourth, and now we're here in the bottom of the fourth with Tristan Russell, Brian Williams Jr., and Jake Lavin due up. Alex Biscotti still on the mound, coming in relief of Dylan Warren, and has done a really nice job to kind of slow things down and keep the Kings in this. First pitch to Tristan is outside for a ball. Second pitch to Tristan is outside for a ball. Should probably mix up the words I use, but it was the same thing, so same result. Same words. That's right. 2-0. High. Same pitch, same result. So 3-0 quickly to Tristan Russell. There it is for a strike. 87-mile-an-hour fastball. Scotty's been sitting right there with his fastball for the most part. About 80 with the changeup. This one is fouled off right down the right field line past the first baseman, Martini. Over into the Potter's bullpen where a gaggle of peacocks is hanging out. I don't know what they call a group of peacocks, but I think a gaggle would work. 3-0, here it is. There's a shot up the middle for a base hit. Tristan Russell singles in his third plate appearance. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. That's going to bring up Brian Williams Jr., who currently is also 1 for 2 with a walk. Triple in the first. Came around to score. Drove in a couple of runs to get this, to kind of get the party started. So Biscotti now in the stretch, having to contend with Russell over at first base. Not a big lead, but was leaning just a little bit. A good throw over, keeping him close. Williams, the center fielder, stepping in here with the 404 average on the year. Looking to extend on that average and gets out of that high and tight fastball. Not sure how he got out of the way of it, but on the passed ball, Tristan Russell goes down to second base. No. It's not Star Wars night, but that pitch, I think, warranted it. Here comes the 1-0. Good play back there by, is this, by the way, is this our guy who came in for, yep, Jake Lyle. So Jake Lyle's behind the dish now. Good play by Lyle back there. Good catching so far by the West Coast Kings early in this game. That one's fouled off. Right back to the backstop. Ostentation. Okay. A group of peacocks is called an ostentation. So we have an ostentation of peacocks down in our bullpen right now. Thank you very much to Carson, who's been the greatest guy that I've met here in quite some time. You know that, right? Yes. All right. Because I know Phantom gives you a lot of grief. You don't deserve it all. Well, that's true. He does. He gives me grief every day. So, all right. Well, Carson, you're the best. I appreciate that. Ostentation. I've learned something new, and no, you have too. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Willie chiming in with, that was just per. Is that where we get the word ostentatious? You know what? Yes. Yes. Regardless of what we actually do with it, yes, that's where we get it from. The walk to Brian Williams. 2 on, nobody out. Lavin stepping up to the plate. Jake Lavin, the lefty, hit by a pitch in the first and singled in the second. Piscotty's stepping off as Stewart slides over in behind Russell over there at second base. He's able to get back no problem. Oh, they could also be a pride. Pride and ostentation and what? A muster? A muster. Okay. All right. I think we've gone way too far in this entire thing. 1-0 to Jake Lavin. Dancing around there, second base. A little flip job over into left field as they get down, and that is a foul ball. It gets down, of course. It always gets down. That's gravity for you. But it gets down on the wrong side of the foul line. 1-1. Everett Johnson on deck. But right now, Alex Piscotty, Jake Lavin, locked in battle. Williams with his lead over at first, not being held on. Russell with his lead over at second, also not being held on. Trying to sneak in there to Stewart, but not a chance. And Piscotty's fastball leaked back over the middle, but it was a little high. So Lavin took that for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Finally, the sun is essentially set on the entire field. And here's a pickoff play. And Stewart got back there, and it was a good attempt. But Russell was able to get back there as well. Shaking off the right hand there. The one that he doesn't have protected. So maybe we got to get an oven mitt on that other hand there, Mr. Russell. 2-1, here it comes. Fouled off to the left and out of play. Over by where the bounce houses used to be. But now the beautiful bounce houses are all the way down at the end of the left field fence. And looks like there's an obstacle course out there tonight. I might send the engineer out there to go check it out for me. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Hey, buddy, how are you? Hey, what's going on? We got a little fan here. He's ready to rock and roll. Piscotty steps off. He steps back in. 2-2. That was taken in there for strike 3. Jake Lavin looking at that. Not real happy with that one, but that looked like it caught the bottom of the zone. And that's the 3rd strikeout on the evening for Piscotty since coming in relief of Dylan Warren. Warren didn't have a strikeout in his appearance, 1 2/3. So with 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Everett Johnson coming up. 3rd baseman, hitting from the right side. Takes inside and low for a ball. Everett from Sonoma. And Davis takes that one high and outside for a ball. Quickly ahead 2-0. So Davis, California. No. University of Davis from Sonoma, California. Runners are out there dancing, but nobody's there to hold them on. Here's a little shot in between first and second base. A cue shot by Everett Johnson, and that's going to drive in a run. Yes, it will drive in a run. Coming all the way around to score is Tristan Russell on that little squib shot by Everett Johnson over into right field. Potters lead this one 7-1. On the play, Williams and his speed gets himself all the way over to third base. So everybody kind of switched spots. Some runners on first and third now, with only 1 down here. Zach Story looking for his first hit on the evening. Outside. And the 6-game Story's been here. He's had 19 plate appearances, and he's only had the 3 hits, so he's definitely looking for more hits right now. Check swing, appeal. First base umpire says nada. 2 balls and no strikes on Zach Story. Ty Russell on deck. An activity in the Potters bullpen and in the West Coast Kings bullpen. Ball thrown over to first base. Gets by the first baseman Martini, but not far enough for Williams to come trying to score from third. So Pettis has pitched well, but he's in a bit of a jam here. 2-0. High, 3-0. So we've got about 4 guys for the Kings warming up right now. Some are doing calisthenics. Some are kneeling there. Some are looking the wrong direction. But they're all warming up. 3-0. Taking over the inside part of the plate for a strike. Nice little off-speed pitch. Could have been the changeup. Took a little something off of it. Either way, got a strike out of that one. 3-1. Piscotty throws over to first base. That one gets away from Martini. Coming into store is Williams. And bless yous all around. And Potters lead this one now 8-1. Having a little meeting at the mound is Lyle and Piscotty. Looks like everybody's done talking. And now everybody's back ready to play some baseball. Everett Johnson with his lead over at first base. Pitch is hit out into right field. That's going to get over into the Kiln area. Yes, it does. Nice little gathering over in the Kiln area. Not sure exactly who we have over there, but I did see Rockland Little League out here earlier, so shout out to Rockland Little League. 3-2 count, here it is. And that was high and inside, ball 4. So the walk to Story, putting runners on first and second here with 1 down. And we have a meeting at the mound. Manager's coming out to have a quick conversation, and while they do that, we'll step away for just a minute. Potters lead this one 8-1 here in the bottom of the 4th.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street. Only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Welcome back into the broadcast, everybody. New pitcher on the mound for the West Coast Kings, Brock McReynolds. Brock McReynolds coming in for the West Coast Kings, another right-hander in relief of Alex Piscotti, who went an inning and 2/3 and responsible for the runners on first and second right now. So McReynolds from the stretch sets and delivers. That one's taken outside for a ball. Brock McReynolds out of Cal State Chico. And we will effort his location and his stats on the year. Next pitch, a fastball taken down low for a ball. 2-0. Story over at first. Everett Johnson out there at second base. 1 down. Here's the pitch. Taking over the outside part of the plate for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. 89 miles an hour with the fastball. Fastball at 90 miles an hour by Brock McReynolds. Swung through, evening up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. McReynolds has only had 1 appearance so far this year. 1 inning. No walks, no strikeouts, no nothing. Foul off to the right by Ty Russell. 2-2. Ty walked in the second inning and also struck out looking in the third. So Ty's looking to do a little bit of damage here with runners on first and second. 1 down. Here comes that 2-2. High. Ball is high for running that to 3-2 now. 8-1, the Potters lead. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. McReynolds sets and delivers. This one is hit over into the hole and through into left field for a base hit. Station to station go all the guys. Single for Ty Russell. Base is loaded. 1 down here. And that's going to bring up Cole Eaton. Top of the order. Cole Eaton's 4th plate appearance on the afternoon, evening, if you will. Walked in the first, grounded out. Second base in the second. A single in the third. Now, if he just gets the double, the triple, the home run, and then the grand slam, he will have done most everything in baseball. That ball taken high, 91 mile an hour fastball. Cole Eaton sees it well. Does not swing. One and 0 is the count. It's a little flipped up to Montero over at second base. Pop out for Cole Eaton. And that's going to bring up Adam Peniagua. 2 down now here in the bottom of the 4th. Brock McReynolds coming in here to try to minimize the damage here. So far, so good. But Adam Peniagua is coming in here. His fourth time up tonight. And now the umpire and the pitcher are having a conversation. And now he's coming off the. And now I honestly, you know, without communications with the umpire, I have no idea what was really going on there. But now that we've reset, I think we're good to go. Brock McReynolds is ready to deliver his pitch. Bases loaded, 2 down here. And Peniagua fouls this off into the parking lot. Pretty good crowd out here tonight for a Wednesday night, for a Wine and Wiener Wednesday, you know, Wine and Wiener Wednesday, that's for sure. Foul tip, strike 2. No, it's a really nice crowd, and I mean, you know, the wine is good. The wieners are always good. I mean, come on, it's Fat Cat, man. You don't get better wieners than Fat Cat. Here's the 0-2. And this one's hit out into left center field for a base hit. 1 run's going to come around and score. And here comes the second run coming in. Everett Johnson scores. Zach Story scores. Over to third base goes Ty Russell. And the single by Paniagua drives in 2. And that going to bring up Ty McGraw. 10-1. The Potters now lead this over the West Coast Kings. Ty McGraw stepping in. Doubled, walked, grounded into a double play. His first 3 at-bats. Up for his 4th at-bat in 4 innings. And he's got the pre-pitch squat, which Potter fans, I'm sure, looks familiar to some of you. That one's down low for a ball. The pre-pitch squat, yeah. If you've watched Potters games in the past, and I know many of you have, there was a player out here that once played for the Potters named Daniel Susac. And Daniel Susac had something that became very famous around here called the Susac squat. And Ty McGraw's got it working right now. That pitch taken for a strike. McGraw doesn't agree. Everybody behind home plate wasn't really certain that was a strike either. But it was called a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Two and 2. If McGraw can get on base, keep this inning going, it's going to turn this back over to Tristan Russell, who started this whole thing off with the single. The top or the bottom, the top of the bottom of this inning. Wow. Fastball broken back up the middle, picked up by Montero, run over to second base for the putout. So after 9 batters here in the bottom of the 4th inning, the Potters lead this one 10-1.
You are laborers rising. And now you understand where we came from, what solidarity means, and what we have ahead of us. No one's going to defend us but us. No one's going to help construction workers except us. And I can't wait to see you out there.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Welcome back into the broadcast, everybody. Stones McCoy here with the great engineer, Riley, and Willie Preston, and a whole host of people up here. Carson, the best guy ever, behind me. New pitcher for the Potters, Jake Morrell, coming in relief of Russell Pettis, who pitched tremendously tonight First pitch by Jake Morrell is low and outside for a ball. Facing Jaden Montero, the second baseman for the Kings. And then Daniel Polasic and A.J. Martinez. Next pitch by Morrell is high and outside for a ball, 2-0. Paniagua goes out there and wants to have a quick word with Jake just to settle him into this game. Defensive substitutions, we have Brett Griffiths now playing third base. And until I hear otherwise, that's the only defensive change that I know of. So I'd assume Brett Griffiths is coming in for Everett Johnson in his spot as well, batting seventh. But we'll worry about that when we get there. 2-0. Here's the pitch by Morrell. Breaking ball. Misses the outside part of the plate. So 3-0 now to Jaden Montero. On the top of the order, and Polesic and A.J. Martinez. Fastball taken low for a ball. So 4 straight. Montero gets the walk. Polesic is on his way up. Thank you, Jedi Fight. Yeah. Yeah, it is Riley the engineer or the engineer Riley when I'm here just because of the relationship that he and I might have. I don't know. It's one of those weird things. But I appreciate that. No, you're right. You're right. I'll clean it up. First pitch to Polasic is outside. A little activity over in the Kings bullpen. Potters with a 10-1 lead right now. Morrell pours in that first strike. 1-1 now against Polasic. Fastball a little bit low for a ball. So 2-1 now. Runner takes off from first. No throw down. Montero reaches. So Montero down to second base now. And a 3-1 count to Polasic. Jake Morrell set. Checks the runner. Delivers. Runner takes off, throw down to third. Paniagua gets that throw down there. And had Brett Griffiths been able to hold on to that one, I think they would have hosed the runner down there at third. But Montero steals the base and the walk to Polasic. So runners on first and third. Nobody down here. Top of the 5th inning. That's going to bring up A.J. Martinez. Paniagua's throw down to third base was great. It hit Griffiths right in the glove. Just not sure he was able to close that glove quick enough. Otherwise, I think they would have gotten him at third. Jake Morrell's first pitch in there to Martinez is there for a strike. Breaking ball action. But having a hard time locating the fastball early, but the breaking ball is seeming to work right now. Fastball down and away. 1-1. Morrell's 1-1 pitch, high and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. You hear the middle infielder, Story, Russell. Pumping up Morrell with positivity out there. Comes the 2-1. This is hit back up to Story. Story flips over to second for 1, on to first. 2. So on the play, the Kings score a run. Montero comes in to score, but 4-6-3 double play. puts an end to the runners out there on base. And now we got 2 down here for Jake Morrell, and Park Moromny is coming up. The dog batter, if you will. He's a good batter. But call the dog batter because if he strikes out, you get a half off dueling dogs here for the rest of the inning, and that's a big deal around here. And the first pitch is in there for a strike, so everybody's starting to get a little excited. Everybody's kind of wagging their tail, if you will. Comes the 0-1. This one is driven out into right field, but right there is Cole Eaton camped underneath it. And just like that, Jake Morrell's able to get out of this one. So after 4.5, we go to the bottom of the 5th. The Potters lead this one 10-2.
Hey, baseball fans, you may have noticed our scoreboard goes out from time to time. You can help us get a new one. Give $20 and get a chance at winning 2 tickets to some of the region's biggest events, like the Outlaw Festival with Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp, a Sacramento Kings game, or Ringling Brothers Circus. All proceeds benefit the Big Swing Capital Campaign. You can buy now at friendsofmcbean.org.
Hey everyone, this is Alex with the Downtown Lincoln Association. We're super excited to kick off Lincoln Loves Local, a new campaign designed to spotlight amazing businesses that make Lincoln so unique. We partnered with Dalila from UN Social Agency to create short, high-quality videos that help boost your visibility and reach right here in the Lincoln community. Each video will be shared on DLA's social media and newsletter, making it easy for locals to discover and support your business. So let's celebrate what makes Lincoln special together.
Jacob Poole for the West Coast Kings on to pitch now here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Potters lead this one 10-2. Jacob Poole coming in relief of Brock McReynolds, who went 2/3 of an inning. McReynolds coming in 2/3 of an inning, giving up 3 hits. First pitch is fouled off past first baseman Martini. Came in, gave up 3 hits, 1 run. And this one's grounded over to shortstop. Stewart picks it up, fires over to first base. Martini there. 1 down. Tristan Russell retired. And that's going to bring up Brian Williams. Brian Williams, 1 for 1 on the evening, even though he's been up there 3 times. Got a triple and 2 walks. Came into tonight batting .404. So he's just improving that as we speak. First pitch from Poole is down and in for a ball. Next pitch is also a ball. 2-0. So Jacob Poole coming in relief of Brock McReynolds, who came in relief of Alex Piscotti, who came into relief for Dylan Warren. So 4 pitchers being used so far on the night. Piscotti had gone 1 2/3 innings, giving up 3 hits and 3 runs. Reynolds came in for 2/3 of an inning, gave up a couple of hits and a run. And working the walk right there is Brian Williams. So his 3rd walk of the evening. And that's going to bring up Jake Lavin. Jake Lavin hit by a pitch in the first, singled in the second, and then struck out looking in the 4th. So officially 1 for 2. That one gets back to the backstop, and on his way down to second is Brian Williams, Jr. on that wild pitch. Now, I know not official scoring on that exactly, but yeah, calling that one a wild pitch. It's wild enough that Lyle had to go out and talk to Poole, maybe just to relax him just a bit. Telling him, we're in a 10-2 game here. Let's throw some strikes. Let's get out of these innings. That's exactly what he's intending to do, Jacob Poole. This one is drilled into right field and deep. It's back to the wall, and it is up against the wall. D.R. Horton sign number 1. Coming into second base is Jake Lavin, and on his way in to score is Brian Williams, and the Potters now lead this one 11-2. Jake Lavin on the night with a single and a double. Driving in runs all over the place. And Brett Griffiths is coming in now. Like we had already said, for Everett Johnson. So Brett Griffiths getting his first at-bat of the evening. Right-handed batter. Takes that one over the outside part of the plate for a strike. Known Brett for a while. Been able to call a few of his games. Many of the guys that are with the Potters now, a couple of the guys formerly with the ARC Beavers. Brett's one of them. Brett takes that one outside for a ball. 1-1. Coming in relief of Everett Johnson. Everett had 3 at-bats tonight, a single, a double, and a hit by pitch. So he had a nice little evening, giving way to Brett. The 1-1 to Brett's fouled off behind us. 1-2. And to follow Brett would be Zach Story. Taking a look down there, just making sure the numbers match. I think they do. They do. To Jacob Poole ahead in count 1-2. And here's that pitch. Outside. Two and 2 now. Brett lifts this one into left field. Camping underneath it is Romney out there in left field. He's going to make the catch, fire that ball into third base. Cutoff man out there, Stewart. And there's 2 away now. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And that's going to bring up Zach Story. Story's in his 7th game with the Potters this year. Looking to drive and a run here. First pitch by Poole is outside. So no real activity going on in either bullpen right now. So bottom of the 5th, here we are. Potter's leading this one 11-2. Poole with 2 down here, looking to get out of this inning. This one's fouled off to the screen. I guess it's not hot enough for a bunch of shaved ice or anything. I haven't really seen any of that stuff tonight. Seen a lot of beer. I mean, I haven't seen one personally. I've seen them out there. I'm being neglected while I'm sitting here, so that's fine. This one's foul out of play, 1-2. I mean, I've watched this young man that sits next to me that I sit next to all the time, and he's eating all kinds of stuff tonight, and he hasn't even offered me a single thing. It's pretty mean, if you ask me. 1-2 pitch. Ooh, just gets a piece of that one. Fouls it back to the screen. Dead story. Don't tell me you don't have anything to offer. When you're holding food in front of you, you can offer that. I don't care if you're eating it. You could just not eat it, and you could give it to your elders. You know, that's all I'm asking. I'm not asking much. I'm just asking for your food. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Ooh, good-looking pitch on the inside part of the plate, but it's too far inside, evening up the count at 2-2. Jacob Poole, right-hander set and delivers. This one's popped up, might get out of play, and it will get out of play. And right onto the beautiful coverings that we have here in the stadium that, you know, when it's 115 degrees outside, really provides the right amount of shade. But knock on wood, we haven't had that yet. Oh, it's coming, though, folks. It's coming. But I won't be here for it, so that's fine. Bring it. 2-2. 2 down here, bottom of the 5th. Zach Story crowns this over to Martini, picks it up, fakes the flip to the pitcher, and takes it himself for the unassisted putout. And 5 innings now complete here in McBean. Potters lead this one 11-2.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and a compassionate staff available 7 days a week. Our friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience of our extended hours, including weekends. We've become Lincoln's first choice for urgent care because we treat patients of all ages for a variety of conditions and take most insurances. We're proud to be an approved provider for veterans and welcome in our military patients.
From our family to yours, we're here when you need us.
If you're in need of a seasoned DUI attorney, contact the law office.
Piper's Dance Contest is going off right now. I'm watching it. I know you guys can't watch it at home, but I'm telling you, this is a good one. This is a good one. Who's going to win it? You can't win it, Piper. You have to give it away to somebody. Could you pick somebody? He's not even going to bother to pick anybody. You know what? We got baseball going on. Gino Martini is up at the dish right now facing Jake Morrell. And against my better judgment, I decided I was going to bring on somebody who I actually kind of like. And his name is Gorgeous Georgeson. Gorgeous Georgeson, are you there?
I am here. Thank you for having me, Stones. Just proof that if you bother someone enough about something, eventually they'll let you come on their broadcast.
Absolutely, man. You've been around us. You've been working with us for, it's been, 5 years at least, right?
I think it's my 5th season. I started as an intern in 21 and came back as a halfway staff photographer in 22, and now the reporter for Gold Country Media covering the Potters the last couple of years.
And it's been really fun to see you out here. I really enjoy watching you. I mean, like I said, you've been doing this for a while. We've been kind of working together for a while. We got 2-1 now here on Martini. But you kind of have like all of the jobs here at the Potters, right? Like almost every job that the Potters have, you've done.
I think at this point I have, outside of, pouring beer and scaling the light poles to fix the lights. But I'm sure if Matt asked, I'd find a way to do it.
Yeah,
I
we might have to get you out there a little bit later to adjust that center. You see that center field is a little
It is looking a little dim.
Yeah.
I don't have much electrical background,
No?
but, I figured YouTube video. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's right. We'll get you figured out. Jake Morrell in there, a little bit high with that fastball. 3-2 is what I've got to count up there. My scoreboard is all over the place. Folks, we need a scoreboard. Please visit friendsofmcbean.org. Donate. We could really, really use your help. 3-2 pitch. Don't know how he got out of the way of it, but he did. Martini over to first base, and that's going to bring up Corneo Farmer, who's, he's batting four. Here's the thing. Some guys, you look at their numbers and you go, oh, man, you got to watch out for this guy. Comes in batting .429 on the season. So far, 2 strikeouts. What have you been able to take away from, or what can you take away from something like that? I mean, or can you at all?
I mean, I think a lot of it, the Kings, they started a little later than a lot of summer ball teams.
Yeah.
So, they don't have the biggest sample size yet. But, I mean, they played some formidable opponents. I think a big testament to it, too, is I've said the biggest difference this year with the Potters that I've seen so far is the bullpen. I feel like the bullpen's a little deeper than we've seen. Even games like last night where they win 12-0, a lot of times we see that game be 12-6 because the bullpen just, maybe takes a little night off and gets a little slower and, some runs score. But here, I feel like the bullpen's a little more locked in. I feel like this team's very locked in. I think a lot of that's testament to the Potters pitching, and I think some of it too is McBean's sometimes a tough place to adjust to hitting wise.
I would 100% agree with that. Hitting here at McBean, if you don't do it on a regular basis, it's something to adjust to. It's different in the daytime than it is in the twilight than it is at night, and I think there's something to be said about that. And also to piggyback on what you said, I think a lot of it has to do with as far as the bullpen is concerned, with the guy running the show over here, Eli Garcia.
Yeah, I think it helps too that he's very much a player's coach, and that's because it wasn't that long ago that he was a player for the Potters.
Absolutely.
And I think that helps. I talked to him after last night's game where, you don't see a team drop their first series of the season, then go and win 12-0 the next night. And I asked him, and he said, my big thing is I'm the same when we win versus when we lose. I'm not going to hound him, over a bad weekend or a bad series, and I'm not going to give him all the glory over a good weekend or good series. It's a long summer. This is about getting better, and I think the players have really bought into that where we've had a lot of managers come through here, a lot of coaches come through here through all the ranks, and, it's kind of been a revolving door since Ryan Stevens left. And, we've seen guys maybe grill some players a little harder. We've seen guys maybe be a little too easy on the players, and this is a nice balance to have Eli, who's very much a player's coach, like I said, and has a player's mindset.
Oh, no, I absolutely. Definitely got to agree with that. Yeah, I was just going to mention that. So we got a pinch runner, Keone Coloma, is coming to pinch run for Willie Corneo Farmer. So we were just talking about him. His night is now complete, bringing in the pinch runner and Keone. So, again, maybe it's just the adjustment. It's a tough place, and the pitching has definitely been a lot better this year so far. And, you might be batting 500 when you walk in here, but you could be leaving at a 300 clip.
I think the McBean experience, it's different for every batter, too, because there's also guys where you might be batting 500 when you walk in here, and you might leave batting 850, being like, I wish I could play at that stadium every day.
True.
I mean, remember Blake Burke from Healdsburg? I think
yes.
That guy has broken more shingles on the roofs over in right field than I've ever seen. I think we saw a couple guys on the Sac Yankees take out some families of squirrels in the trees over a series.
A couple of times,
but,
nothing major.
It can go either way in this stadium.
It absolutely can. 3-1 now here to Peyton Richards. This one's grounded up to Tristan Russell and unable to come up with that cleanly. That gets into right field. One run's going to come around and score. That'll be Gio Martini. And on his way over to third is now Keone Coloma.
And I'm interested to see if we see Eli Garcia here there was no collision, but I feel like there's a small case for potentially an obstruction call where
you didn't see him walk out. No.
Yeah, I don't see him walk out, and I think part of that might be it's an 11-2 game, and
Yeah.
you know, let's not go poke a bear that we don't need to. But you know, another thing, we talk about the improvements with this team this year, but I think the biggest improvement that I've seen around the entire Lincoln Potters this season is how about the weather this summer? I mean, we've been fortunate enough. We had 100-something degree weekend,
Yes,
but I was in
yeah.
Tahoe that weekend, so it doesn't impact
It didn't
me.
matter. It didn't matter to you.
And it
Rogan
just-
Bodie, thank you.
It feels like this summer has been, you know, knock on wood, a cool summer so far, some nice weather so far. We've had some great crowds. And I mean, if you haven't been to a game here at McBean yet, what are you doing? And those fans watching at home, even if you're in another state, Stones will pay for your flight if you come out here.
You know what? If you send me an email at stonesradio@yahoo.com, we might be able to talk about that. I'm
You
not
might
sure.
be flying Spirit, but
yeah.
you
well, you might be flying on a carpet. I'm not certain, but we'll figure out a way. No, absolutely. This is a tremendous place, and it's people like you that make this place a tremendous place. So one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on is, you know, people need to get to know these guys. You've been around for quite some time, and you've become part of the Lincoln Potters. And so, you know, with that being said, you've covered them at least solidly for the last 3 years.
Yeah, definitely. And I think one thing I've aimed to do with some of my stories, especially this year, I'm trying to do it a little bit more, is, you know, we still do some weekly recaps every once in a while, but I like to do a couple features on some players too. I mean, I did one earlier on Dawson Raddick, our submarine thrower from Nebraska.
Nice striker right there.
I mean, I like kind of letting the fans know who these guys are that are going to be here. I know in our preview, we try to do a couple features like on guys like Tristan Russell,
Yeah.
who played with the German national team during the World Baseball Classic qualifiers. And, you know, that's part of the fun of summer ball is these players embrace the community and the fans embrace them. And I think it's easier to do that when they know the players that they're rooting for, know their backstory a little bit.
I couldn't agree with you more, man. So one down here, sorry about that. Rogan Bodie was just up there. He was set down, and this is going to be Jake Lyle now. Jake Lyle coming up for his second at bat of the evening. Jake Morrell. This one's popped over to the right side. Is that going to stay in play? You got a better eye than I do?
Yeah, it looks like
Ty
it did.
McGraw is able to corral that one and put 2 outs now up on the board.
And he scattered a group of our Potters over there. I guess you could call it an ostentation of peacocks.
You
and
are good.
You know
are
me.
good.
I'm very much a biologist.
Kevin Futura is coming up now, and that would be in place of Jaden Montero.
Looks like the Kings are emptying the bench here with this one, which makes sense in game 2 of a series when you get kind of a lopsided game.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of the Kings, I noticed that you guys were watching all kinds of basketball coverage before we actually got started today. So, I mean, is basketball fever like all the press about? Are we getting back to basketball already?
I think everyone in Sacramento, is a glutton for punishment and pays attention to our Kings down at Golden One Center of what they're doing. And, I don't know why we still do it because I'm 29 years old and I think I've seen 4 playoff teams in my whole life. But, hey, we still tune in. We still do it. We still love the team. And, we're tuning into the draft, seeing if they can make a splash, and then we're getting some Potters baseball. So good way to spend a summer night.
Yeah, this is a great summer night. Here, slow roll over to Tristan Russell. He flips it over to second base. And what? Did he tag him? Nobody tagged anybody. I didn't see any call. I see hands going up in the air. And now I see umpires getting together. Now, I'm assuming that Tristan Russell thought that he made that tag.
I would assume so, too. But what I don't understand is why the umpires were just sitting there staring. I mean, if he didn't make the tag, okay, but you need to motion safe then.
You've got to motion safe.
And I guess he is now.
And now they're motioning safe. So I would imagine Eli's going to come out and have a little conversation about this one. Not really sure how that plays out, but, this is the second time tonight that your total focus in the game has resulted in outs. Or non-outs, if you will. So Kings had it earlier in the play that was over to McGraw. He dropped the ball that was thrown to him, but the first base coach and the guy running down, neither one of them saw McGraw drop that ball. So he just assumed that the ball, that he was out or whatever, and he started walking back. McGraw picks it up, tags him out. You got to pay attention at every aspect, and this is the second time it's happened. One by each team, but still, summer baseball, you got to get these kinks worked out because this doesn't fly in the regular season.
Yeah, and I know talking to Tristan Russell, the times I've gotten to talk to him, I know he's going to be frustrated with that, and I know that it's kind of one of those, you don't want to call it a mental lapse because if he thought he planted the tag, who are you to say he didn't plant it? But maybe that's one where it's worth making that extra throw over to first and just kind of ensuring it. But, I mean, either way, in a 11-4 game, you're hoping that doesn't come back to bite you too much. But, again, a couple runs come home to score on that. And
well, it's an 11-4 game now, isn't it?
And I don't know, do you score that a fielder's choice? Do you score that I don't even know what you call that technically. I feel like it's not fair to call it an error.
No, it's not fair to call it an error, and I'm having a hard time giving it a hit, but it has to be called a hit because that's the only way you can score that. And he came up with it cleanly, but there was no throw to first base, and he was called safe. So, I mean, that's a tough one, and again, I'm not really happy about that. But he's going to make up for it right. He'll flips that over to first base, does Tristan Russell, and he gets out of the inning. Kings score 2, but leave a couple stranded. 11-4 is our score.
Hey, Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the topside included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Welcome back into McBean, everybody. Stones McCoy here with my buddy Jordan Georgeson. I'm going to be nice. I'm not going to, I love the name I gave you, but, people don't know if they're going to go to the Auburn Journal who that is. They're not going to find Gorgeous Georgeson.
I mean, they could. I could make a profile for it, but I don't think I'd publish many stories under that name.
I really wish you would. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, Ty Russell, then back to the top of the order, facing Jacob Poole, who's in his 2nd inning of work now. And first pitch that he drops in there is an off-speed pitch for a ball. Jacob Poole scheduled to face Ty Russell, then Cole Eaton and Adam Peniagua, who all 3 of these guys have just been lighting it up tonight, man. So Ty Russell right now is 1 for 2, but walked with the single. Then Cole Eaton has singled, driven in a run, walked.
Basically, any way he gets his name on the stat sheet.
It's offense, and then there's more offense. So
and there's a lot of defense from Cole Eaton, too. We've seen that when he was here in his first stint.
Yeah. We hadn't actually gotten into that, but, yeah, Cole Eaton being a Potter's legend. Can you be a Potter's legend and be a Potter at the same time?
I feel like if anyone can do it, Daniel Susak, you make the argument there with him. I think he was.
Oh, yeah.
He might have been a Potter's legend before he was a Potter.
Before he became a
just
Potter?
Just by vibes in a way.
Just by virtue. Here's the 2-2 pitch outside for a ball, 3-2. So Ty Russell is up there. You bring up some good names. There's some other big names that we really haven't talked about in recent in recent time. And ball 4.
And I mean, we talk about a murderer's row of lineups
But-
we've had. And my intern year, we had the Susak, Garrett Forrester, Jason Brando trio. Mason Holt was
Mason
batting
Holt,
leadoff, and
yes.
he's probably a cleanup hitter on a lot of these Potter teams.
I think he was a cleanup hitter when he went back home.
Yeah, and then, I mean, Trey Furry, all-time hits leader, Quentin Hall. I mean, anyone you can think of with a bat, they were great.
And that team became like the Jessup team, too. You know?
Yeah,
like,
they brought all those guys in,
all
and
of those
what do they
guys.
do? They win a national
They
championship.
won a natty. Congratulations to Jessup also on that, man. I'm cherishing my my natty ball that they gave me.
Oh, you got a natty. I need to talk to someone.
Hey, man,
That's something that Brock did, isn't it?
It's who you know.
It's
who
that
you know.
feels like something Brock did.
Is 100%.
And I may or may not be sending an angry email tonight about this. And
Cole Eaton up there, looking at an 0-1 count.
I mean, Stones, I say, I will not be bribed as a journalist, but I will certainly not stop anyone from trying.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, I get you. Ty Russell thrown out down there by Lyle, who came in relief of Gradle, who started this game. That was a really nice throw down there. Ty Russell thrown out at second base.
And this is a scary moment of the game if you're the Potters, just because you're up comfortably, but it's still the bottom of the 7th inning. There's enough time for there to be some damage, and the last thing you want is to allow this West Coast team to kind of hang around, maybe creep a couple runs across, and then right before you're going into a massive series on the road against Humboldt, you find yourselves in a dogfight the game before you're traveling down.
Well, and that's what we were going to eventually talk about is, this is the last game of this home series for a week, or 6 days, right? Potters won't return back to McBean until next Tuesday. So they're going to go out and they're going to have to fight, more PEL opponents, and it's really important to get a good quality win before you go out on the road.
Yeah, definitely. You want to be getting on that bus with some positive vibes, and the important thing, too, you don't want to be getting on that bus where even if you won, you all of a sudden found yourself having to fend off a hungry team at the end. You don't want this getting to 11-7, 11-8. You want to put this one away now, and I'm not saying you need to go out and throw a couple runs up, but you need to go up and slam this door shut with your pitching and your defense at the very least.
There's this thing I like to call shutdown innings. You ever heard of those?
Are you coining this phrase?
Yeah, you ever heard of that? No,
Is that a Stones McCoy original?
Well, it may or may not. I may have stole it from another team that is professional, but whatever. It doesn't matter, okay? I use this term all the time. That's what the Potters need in situations like this. Okay, you got a nice, comfortable lead. You give them a couple of runs, and now it's time to start shutting down each inning so you can get out of this and be comfortable when you're headed out on the road. You feel like, okay, we can get out to a lead, and then we can stop the other team.
And the good news is we just talked about how great the Potters bullpen has looked this season. So there's a chance for me to look really, really smart. It'll look like I have no idea what I'm talking about here. And stay tuned to see what finds out.
Let's find out. 2-1 is the count here to Paniagua. Pitch taken outside for a ball. Ty McGraw on deck, I do believe. So they haven't made the big switches yet. So again, I think Eli's playing this very much like we talked about. Let's not forget that this is a PEL, league game. So West Coast Kings are in our league, and all games in the PEL are important. But I think he's understanding the same thing. Is you can't allow this team to get any kind of momentum if they're anything like they were last year. And if you remember last year, they played us really tough.
Yeah, and I was about to say that is, the West Coast Kings are a team that has historically given the Potters a hard time. I mean, they took the first West Coast World Series from the Potters.
Yes,
I think they won the third one here as
did.
well. So, I mean, you don't want to let them hang around.
Fly out to center field. That's going to end the 6th here, and we'll be back with the top of the 7th where the Potters lead this one 11-4.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadiums. Loaded with fun for the whole family, local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Buy a personalized brick for you, your loved ones, or your business, and show everyone your commitment to Lincoln baseball. Framed and engraved by our own Lincoln High Ag program students, your brick will be featured on unique movable brick walls. Find your name in the stadium entrance for the 2024 and 2025 seasons. Then visit your brick in its permanent home inside the stadium. Bricks can be purchased here for $250. Get it now at friendsofmcbean.org.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of Five Star Bank. In the time.
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the 7th inning, we have a new pitcher on the mound, Tyler Hutchinson, coming in for the Lincoln Potters. We're in the number 1. And I'm not certain if the wholesale changes have started for the West Coast Kings yet, so we will address that as that comes. Sitting up here with a good friend of mine, Jordan Jorgensen of the Auburn Journal. And what else are you currently affiliated with?
Well,
you have more titles.
A lot of different papers. So
Yeah.
our company's actually we're transitioning into a rebrand. I guess we're going to be Gold. I'm currently Gold Country Media.
Gold
we're going to
Country
be
Media.
Gold Mountain California News
Oh,
under
okay.
some new ownership. So we're going to be launching a new website and stuff like that soon. Pretty sure Gold Country Media will redirect you to it, though. But
Gotcha.
yeah, I write not just Auburn Journal, but Lincoln News Messenger, Placer Herald, Loomis News. You'll see my stories in the Roseville paper sometimes, a couple times in the Folsom paper. So
very nice.
Covering everything from high school sports up to a little bit of A's and Kings coverage if it warrants it. And, you know, of course, the Lincoln Potters out here
Yeah.
and covering a lot of these local guys coming back and a lot of, MLB caliber players coming to our town.
Dude, that's awesome, man. And it really helps keep you connected with what's going on here. Shot up the middle, fielded by Tristan Russell, is unable to get to that one. That one gets through for a base hit. A.J. Martinez with a single, second single of the evening for him.
Oh, looks like they're saying we might infield.
Oh, is that right?
I'm hearing. I've said it's about time you make him do something. You know,
He's a good kid, but he's
He
also
is.
Riley the
Can't knock him. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. You give me. I'd say even that's debatable.
Well, I keep putting you on at all these different events that we do. So
Is it possible that I am bad luck with the microphone?
Well, how about we do it like this? If they score 2 runs,
that is a fair statement.
Right?
I think it's harsh
It's
and
harsh.
a little bit mean.
Yeah, but that's what I do.
But that they've said that you don't get the name Stones